Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. And for a change, I have my good friend, partner Anish Gupta with me. Long before Anish Gupta decided to start Ionian as a company and help you guys, Anish Gupta, the chartered accountant, used to work for Cognizant. And
Yes.
he worked there for 5 years. And at that, he was looking at margins and pricing and contracts. So Anish is obsessed with pricing and pricing power of IT in the IT, and he would give me various scenarios of what Cognizant can do and what TCS could do. And all that time when he was a young kid with Cognizant, and when I used to go meet him and we used to have tea, coffee together when we were plotting the rise of Ionian. So he used to say something. Ratan Tata is wasting his money by bailing out all these old companies. So I said, Anish, tu kya karega? What will you do, Anish? So Anish had a great scheme. He said he is spewing so much cash, and Narayan Murthy is worried about the future of Infosys. And the Tatas and the Infosys founders had a special relationship. So he could have issued shares and he could have diluted the share 100% and bought Infosys and kept it as a separate unit as a showpiece like what Buffett does with Berkshire Hathaway. TCS very easily, instead of bailing out the Tata companies over the last 10 years, could have acquired Infosys. At those days, it used to have 100 crores in share capital. It had to put in another 100 crores of shares at a huge premium, though. And his theory was over the next 5 years or 10 years, if the combined profits could be used to buy back shares, within 10 years, Tata's would cut back the same number of outstanding shares and they would have got Infosys for free. That was your theory, correct?
Yes.
That is, you issue stock as currency, correct? And then you buy that company, lock, stock, barrel. Your stock holding falls from 75% to 37%. And then you don't participate in
Buybacks
buybacks and keep buying back every year. Within 10 years, you are back at 75%
with a bigger entity.
with a bigger entity making more profits. And that, according to him, would have given more power to Tatas than saving Tata Iron Steel Company. Correct?
Yes.
This is what you have been telling me for a long time.
Yes.
The other thing is, I introduced Anish to a lot of historical books. Anish was a chartered accountant those days, a young kid, 23, 24-year-old kid. So, one of the books I introduced to him was Black Swan, written by a man called Nicholas Talib.
Yes.
What is Black Swan? I'll tell you. This Black Swan is an event that happens which you don't expect at all.
Do people so swans can be black?
No, no. So, how did this happen? Swans are normally only white in color.
That was what people thought.
People thought for centuries. In fact, since if you read Kalidasa's Sakunta, Nala, you will talk about white swans in white color. So, for thousands of years, people thought swans can be only white in color. Nobody thought a swan can be black in color. And this went on till about 1850s, till somebody went to Australia and tried to explore Australia. And in Australia, he found swans were black, and nobody would believe him till he hunted some and brought them back. And he saw they were in Australia, which had separated from the rest of the world and drifted to a different place. Swans were black. So Nicholas Talib used it and coined the term black swan events. So there is a black swan event is an event which you think will never happen, but happens to destroy the can destroy the very fabric of a country. Let me give you an example. The Ukraine-Russia war is a black swan event, especially in crude prices, in energy prices, and also in terms of prices of wheat, sunflower oil. This had unintended consequences. America, which was living in a 20-year period of low inflation, low interest rates, suddenly finds itself in an era of high inflation and high interest rates. And even if interest rates come down, it's not going to come down to zero as it was over the last decade. So, this is a relatively small black swan. So, Anish likes to think in terms of black swan events. Normally, a black swan event is an event which can bankrupt a company. Correct?
Is bank whatever it can, whichever industry or
No, you are
yeah. So
where
Black
we
Swan.
burnt our hands in syntax.
So Black Swan can be an event or an industry or a country. It is something which is extreme.
And it is possible at all times.
Yes, it is always possible.
You cannot take it. Like a company where we invested some money, Syntax, only by taking loan he destroyed the value of the company.
Yes. Till now, people talk about syntax tanks, but the company is.
The company lost. Vijay Malaya had the best drinking brands. If you have a liquor brand with the kind of market share he had, there is no way you could have gone bankrupt, but he made himself bankrupt.
Yes.
Today he is going in a metro in England to attend cases.
Yes.
So he has reduced himself. The son of Vittal Malaya, who used to own Cadbury, who used to own Heads, Burger, Paints, Kisan, Fruits, and the liquor companies.
Yes.
These brands and the liquor companies totally finds himself standing in line for free soup. So this is a black swan event. Somebody had told me when the great Dhirubhai was alive, though he might have done hanky-panky deals, that his son will be bankrupt. I would have said, "You are mad." I don't. When they split, also, I thought Anil will lose, but I never thought Anil will become bankrupt. In stand up, we'll have to stand up in court and say bankrupt. It happened.
Yes.
Now, what Anish wants to talk today of a black swan event that can hit the IT industry. Tell me.
So looking at geopolitics and where India's relationships with USA, the great USA, is going, there can be a total ban on Indians getting H1B or Indians getting visa to go to America, or even US can say that we will not issue visas anymore for talent, for the IT talent. You will have American companies will have to make do with whatever talent they have. There can be a possibility like how the Americans banned the Chinese goods.
It happened to Chinese.
Chinese, so
No
the
Chinese national is not allowed to work in
US.
US semiconductor companies. An Indian national, American national of Chinese origin cannot work in Chinese companies. So it has happened.
It has happened and it can happen, and then I don't know what the IT
That
industry
is very clear.
because India, as we discussed a few weeks back, India does not have a ambassador, US ambassador.
There is no US ambassador. If you guys think that everything in relationship with America is hunky dory, only this visa is a COVID problem, let me remind you that for the last 2 years there is no US ambassador in India.
So this if this happens, I don't know what the IT industry should be more worried on having good relations between India and US for their companies to survive.
And why do you think there is no US ambassador in India? After all, the vice president is an Indian person of Indian origin.
So that does not matter when it comes to politics. Everyone for it all. It's all about their region.
So,
Right?
do you think so far in all countries they'll be neutral when the other country is going for elections? Even countries where they are very close relationships, like America and England, an American president cannot take sides in an English election.
Yes, like even during the earlier elections also when Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister, Manmohan Singh and Barack Obama had shared great relationship, but Manmohan Singh never went to US and said
Vote for
vote for Obama. Nor did he call Obama here and do a show. So this is what the Prime Minister did with the ex-president of USA, but he lost the election, and this has soured the ties between India.
So you think Aapki Baar Trump Sarkar is what has soured the. It is not completely soured, but there's a freeze in cold relationships. It's not
There's-
warm, hot anymore.
Yes, and if we had very good relationship, what the anger US took on China, you could have all got the manufacturing shifted to India, but it has gone to Bangladesh, Vietnam, Philippines, Taiwan, and all other places. It has splintered all over.
So you
And
think
even
this
the Vedanta is not able to set up its semiconductor plant because it's not able to get the backing
and the money.
and the money. So that's the if you had good relationship, you could have enjoyed manufacturing as well as services and still done being the back office and the factory office for US.
So you are saying, moral of this story, never interfere in a third country's election.
Never
You are a
inter-
guest.
Never interfere in a country which is superior to you and you have bigger financial trade relationships. With a smaller country, you can always meddle and pedal. You won't get caught.
That is, you can meddle with Sri Lanka, you can meddle with Nepal, you can meddle with Pakistan.
Surprisingly, we have an economic blockade with Nepal for 5 years.
Okay. But you cannot meddle with US because he sneezes, you will catch cold.
Yes.
And because we are perpetually running a current account deficit, money is needed.
Yes.
What do you think of this? These some people are talking of de-dollarization, that India will never need dollars. What is your feeling of that? Since you are in trade,
So,
can India do without dollars?
so that is another black swan event. But the whole the American system internally and globally is geared in such a way that it balances everywhere, and it has power. It has keeps the checks and balances globally in relationships as well as internally. So it is neither, they try to be neither too hot, neither too cold, and don't let their population decline to like what China and Japan are doing. They allow certain migration, and they always keep investing in newer and newer areas. So why US? Because its currency is accepted globally, so it is unlimited startup money.
It has unlimited money. Everybody will take a dollar.
Yes, so unlimited money to do any new venture. So if there was no dollar, you would not have electric cars. You would not have the revolution
So
of.
this de-dollarization is a dream.
It's a dream, but you don't know. Next century, you don't.
Not today.
In the near future, medium term, you don't.
No. Anyway, guys, we understood what's a black swan. We looked at two potential black swans. Thank you for watching Be Rich. I hope you enjoyed this. Kindly subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich. I want to thank all of you for supporting our event in Oman with great enthusiasm. A lot of people turned up in Oman, and a place where I don't have much influence. I wish to thank all of you for your support. The next event is going to be in Qatar, Doha. The event is scheduled for the last week of January. Those who would like to meet me in person in Qatar, Doha, or come to our event in Doha can send their request to the mail ID given below or contact the WhatsApp number flashing on the screen. My team will respond to you. See you in Qatar in the last week of Jan. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written two books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.